Ethan Hawke is set to play the character of Sun God in the upcoming first season of Disney Plus's Moon Knight. Now, of course, this character doesn't really have a lot to draw on from the comics, but Ethan Hawke does reveal what exactly made him want to do this and what makes his villain so terrifying and different. So I only know the Sun God character from the most recent-ish Moon Knight comics. If there was ever a previous iteration, I'm not really sure, and I'll be honest with you, I don't really care to find out because I didn't like what the character really was doing in the most recent run, unless it was really amazing before and they rebooted him and it was terrible. Again, I just don't know. Moon Knight's not the most knowledgeable thing to me, at least. So if you're an expert on Moon Knight and specifically Sun God, you can let me know down below. But he did talk a little bit about what made him want to play this character, and specifically what makes this character so terrifying in terms of what they're bringing to the MCU. And he says that this is a character where you look at the villainous roles that you've done. And for those that don't know, he's done plenty, especially with Scott Derrickson, who directed the first Doctor Strange, so he knows his way around like these horror films and tropes and things. And he said that it's one of those things where you see the demon, you see kind of what a human is capable of, and the different tools it brings you to be able to deliver a different type of role that's not normal in everything. And that it's one of these things where you look at some of these actors, like Jack Nicholson, for example, and you look at what he can do, and then suddenly you got The Shining, and it's completely different. And he says that if you look at what they're going to be doing in the MCU, that his character truly believes that he is good, that they are a good person, and that he finds it terrifying because of what we're going to see that he does in the series that he perceives as good. And he specifically says that this isn't your typical, like, I'm the rich villain, I'm this or that, or I just want this simple thing. He says that there is more to this villain that we have to wait and see. And again, how this connects to everything and that sort of transformative role, that's what really drove him to take it, and that's also what he hopes people understand is the terrifying thing about the character. So, to me, this all sounds good. We can quite obviously see there's some sort of massive, almost brainwashed cult mentality. I don't know how to explain it. It looks creepy. Reminded me of almost a chill-ish adult version of like Children of the Corn type of thing, but somehow more twisted, maybe even on par with what Edgar Wright did with the Cornetto trilogy. What was the third one? I can't remember the name right now. It doesn't matter. Somebody will remind me. Either way, though, I'm super hyped to see what they do with this because, I mean, we got a character called Sun God. I wonder if he actually has any powers that they're going to pull into this, or if it's just going to be like mental abuse and twisting people, which, again, that's a power. The ability to not lift a hand and use your words to be able to take down a villain is the most powerful thing that you can do. Baron Zemo started it, and the Avengers still haven't recovered, and many died, and the world fell apart because he was able to rip them apart. So I'm really hyped for this. Just reading the interviews and seeing him tease what's coming makes me hope that this is an MCU villain that many of us are going to go and look at. You know what? Top tier right there.